Okay, we're going to do an experiment here. We have the robot Andador. I don't know if that's really how it's pronounced. That was made in Spain around 1980s. And if I remember right, what's it say up here? Because I can't remember. CLIM was the company that made it. The robot had lots and lots of problems. And one metal gear that was spinning on its shaft, a bent shaft for the rotating head function. Has a split gear. If you kind of look behind this guy, back up here, the gear that runs the ramp sequencer has a split from top to bottom. I was able to reposition that up higher, and so now this isn't binding. When it was down lower, this would go halfway through its ramp sequencing of the separating the gears and bind up. But it also had, as its major problem, this is down in the leg section. This is the leg crank. This gear here is completely split. There's a crown gear that comes down and drives this gear, and then this gear drives this gear. But with that split, every time it comes around, it would completely lock up the whole thing. And this white one, if that shows up with the crack in it, that's the original one that split. This was the first 3D printed one that I made. It was a little bit small. So I increased the size slightly and put it in there, and I haven't tested it yet. We're going to experience the test together. If it runs, then when it's walking, the arms should move because they're linked to the same cam that moves. Actually, maybe you can see it. See that bar right there? That's the same crank that moves the feet. Can I turn this light on? Will that help? Does that give you more light? So you can see that crank comes all the way through, moves the legs, and then goes all the way through and to move the arms when it's walking. Then when that sequencer separates, like we talked about, the head will rotate 360 degrees. I believe it was 2 rotations, and then everything should stop and go back. Now, I've not been able to put the back cover on. See how this side's sticking out all the way? I wanted it on some just so the batteries wouldn't be falling out while we try this test. But I don't know if it's just new batteries or what. But with those C cells in there, I can't get the cover to go back all the way. And because it's all plastic, I don't want to force it. We've got our on-off switch. I'm going to probably keep my hand pretty close to this because I want to make sure it doesn't fall over or anything like that. So, knock the battery cover off. Hey, it's walking. The arms are moving. We've made some progress. There's the rotating head, and the light is flashing in the head. And it's back walking again. Hey, that's 100% success until that one gear up in the sequencer control stops working. Looks like we have a go. And I want to shut it down here. I'll show you this battery thing that I'm talking about. In part of the design, see how this sticks up right here? There's a little there's a piece of plastic. See, that's part of the original design of the robot, and a screw that comes through, which is holding some of the internals. I believe that had to do with the commutator for the light and the head spinning. But that sticks up, as you can see. So there's no way that this battery can nest all the way fully down. See, for example, on this side, that one goes all the way in, but it hits on that bump. So I guess unless you're willing to drill a hole in one of your batteries so that it can fit all the way, you're probably not going to get the door on with the batteries in there. Now, you can get the door on no problem at all without the batteries in there. But I haven't tried it with just one. Let's see if we can get the door on with just that one battery in there. Okay, even that is getting a little tight, and I don't want to force it. So I'm thinking maybe these modern batteries are a little bit bigger around than the ones that they had in Spain, these 2-door batteries. Perhaps some dollar store batteries would fit in there better. If you ever have to get into one of these, it's these 2 screws here that you loosen. And then there's 2 snaps at the top of the body. But once you have those 2 screws, you can just tip the bottom part of this body up like this. Then this whole lower leg section just clips in. It'll come out. So you could work on just this leg section without going any further, which is what I did when I just printed this gear up. And of course the arms will want to fall off at that point. And if you need to get all the way in, then you'll have to undo those clips, which is scary because they're plastic and it's old. You don't want to snap them off. But there you are. I don't believe there is another video in the world showing this toy operating correctly and everything functioning.